Yeah.
Is it live?
Yeah. It's okay. Live.
Hello, sorry about that. My dad is doing the videography today, as my missus is doing the washing. So we are on day 27 of Movember. We are approaching the end of November. 3 more days to go. As you can see, I've had a nice shave of my mow, so it's looking nice and fresh. Firstly, I hope you're all keeping safe and well in the current climate. Now, why am I doing this? Well, Movember is all about raising awareness for men's health. In particular, they concentrate on specific areas. On the physical health aspect, it's about testicular cancer and prostate cancer. Raising awareness to try and promote men and to encourage men to go to the doctors early rather than going late. Men die on average six years earlier than they should. And that's usually through late diagnosis of cancers because they're too embarrassed to go to the doctors. So the message of Movember is to shout out to men to say, don't be embarrassed. The reality is, if you've got a lump in your testicles or you've got stools or blood coming out of your stools, then you shouldn't be embarrassed to go to the doctors. That's nothing to be embarrassed about. I understand it's going to be a little bit challenging, but that's got to be better than finding out much later that something has happened. So Movember is all about raising awareness so that we don't feel embarrassed to go to the doctors and speak about what we need to speak about. The other aspect of Movember is around mental health well-being. Just as we have physical health, our mental health is also really, really important. When we think about mental health, we often have this image and perception around somebody being in a straitjacket or somebody hearing voices. That's paranoid schizophrenia. Somebody in a straitjacket used to happen years and years ago. That doesn't happen anymore. Our mental health well-being is part of who we are. And it's as important as our physical health. So Movember's stance and approach around mental health well-being is to try and talk about it openly and honestly. The fact that 3 out of 4 suicides that occur in the UK happen by men. Every 60 seconds a man globally takes their life. Now I've said that statistic all the way throughout Movember, but let's really think about it. Every 60 seconds a family's life is torn apart. Every 60 seconds, a man will leave their house and never come home again. Every 60 seconds, a man won't breathe. Every 60 seconds, a man won't see their family, their friends, their loved ones. Now, suicide doesn't just happen overnight. Not many people wake up and then immediately think, I'm going to commit suicide. It happens as a result and a build-up of lots of different things happening and lots of different factors. And often it happens because things go unnoticed. We don't talk about things. So Movember's other aspect is to talk about these things, to talk about our mental health well-being. And for me, physical exercise is one of the biggest things that helped me through my real dark times. Which is why this month I've been doing 60 of something. I've been doing 60 seconds of an exercise or 60 reps of something. Wednesday I incorporated well-being, because mindfulness is one of the things that's really helped me. Just taking some time. 60 seconds is not a long time, but taking that time to just breathe in and breathe out, it relaxes everything, and it brings you back to a centre. Just refocus. So we've got 3 more days of Movember. If you know of any of your friends and family that are doing Movember, please like their page, send them a message and say well done. There are some critics out there who think Movember doesn't do much. What difference is making a Mo going to make? Actually, and I said this to one of my friends a couple of years back, and they said, well, what's the point in doing Movember? I can't believe you're doing Movember. What's the point of it? And I said to this person, I said, well, we're talking about it, aren't we? We're talking about Movember, and we're talking about mental health well-being. So actually it's done what it's supposed to do, which is to create a conversation. And so that's what I would encourage you all to do. In my opinion, it's always better to do something than nothing. Growing a Mo is doing something. So I would ask you, what are you doing to promote mental health well-being within your family, within your friends, within your workplace? Ask yourself that question. What am I doing? And if the answer is nothing, ask yourself, what can I do? Because every small step will help. And if you want to, please get in contact with me. I do now consider myself as a mental health advocate. And I do lots of promoting around wellbeing at work. All of you know that I'm a serving police officer. Mental health wellbeing is something I'm really passionate about, that I think we all need to talk about. So if you do want to have that conversation, you do want to start something at your own work, place of work, with your family, whatever it might be, give me a call, drop me a message, and we can have a chat. But without further ado, today I'm going to get on with my exercise for today, which is plank. So I'll be doing plank for 60 seconds. As you can probably tell, I squinted quite a bit there because I'm in a little bit of pain. I've had a bit of an injury, but I decided that I will do my best to try and still do the exercises. So here I am. So I'm going to do 60 seconds of plank. So there we have it, 60 seconds of plank done. That was quite difficult. When I've shortly finished, the link to my Movember page will be there. I've set myself a limit of £150 to try and raise. I'm hopefully going to have about £120 soon. So please, please, please donate. Whatever you can afford. I know we're all going through a really tough time at the moment, but we still need to do our bit. I fully appreciate that some people might not be able to afford it because we are coming up to Christmas and everything else. But if you can afford to give anything, even £1, even £1, I promise you will make a difference. Please dig deep if you can. And if you can't, I fully understand. But if you can't, what I'd ask you to do is to like this video, share it amongst your friends, and support your friends if they're doing Movember. Please do look after yourselves and each other, and I'll see you again tomorrow.